Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today is finally the day when I got to edit the second part of my introduction to me video. The first part I pop right here if you were interested. And yeah, I was planning to do a different video, but then things just piled upon me last week. I got sick, I got my period, and to top it all up, I slightly sprained my ankle. First run of the season. So I had to take a week off from recording, and I thought it was the great time to actually upload this video. So have fun. Just a disclaimer, I did record this video 10 months ago, approximately 10 months ago, before I was heading to Bali breathwork facilitator course, and it is kind of an introduction of why I arrived at YouTube and how it all came to be. Please enjoy, and I will be back later.
Hi, welcome to the second part of this video. As I said in the previous one, this one is more focused on this initiation I undergone within the last year or so, and which truly brought me into this space where I'm now here talking to you through the screen. So if you would like to know more about who I am and how I came to be who I am right now, you can go back and watch that video. I'll put the link right here. So initiation, right? If you want to fly, you have to let go of everything that is weighing you down, right? And so when we are initiated into stepping into new frequency, into stepping into new you, you have to be willing to let go of everything that does not serve you anymore. Hey, my name is Vicky Langel, and I'm here to help you expand your consciousness, release your old traumas and wounds, and help you to elevate your life. So my initiation started, I would say, the beginning of 2024. Well, there is no real time when the initiation started, I believe, because it's just like one experience after another that leads you to the life you're living right now, right? All those choices, all those decisions that you make, all those roads that took you there. But I would say that maybe this kind of the start of it was, as I'm saying, if you want to fly, you have to be willing to let go of everything weighing you down. And so it was a close examination of checking what it is that is weighing me down. And the honest truth was that it was the relationship I was in. That was the biggest anchor I had. And so I knew I had to leave this. It wasn't easy. As powerful, magical, and important, life-changing that was, it was also very toxic. And when you are in a relationship like that, it can be hard to leave. And I'm gonna be talking to this subject in later time. But when I finally left that relationship and took all my power back, I was gifted with this amazing place where I could move to and start my truly healing journey, kind of collecting my lost pieces along the way, right? And very soon I started hearing spirit telling me pretty serious messages. Okay, you have to let go of all of these habits, all of these bad habits that you are doing. You have to build these new ones. You have to start doing that. You have to start doing that. It was a lot, right? Like they gave me a literal list of things that I have to stop doing and things I have to start doing. And I always listen to spirit because if I don't, then I'll find out eventually. Why should I have listened to them? I took it seriously and I started implementing those changes and shifts. They were not easy, many of them. And I'm going to be talking to them in my future videos. You probably in the future find links here and here and here to some other videos talking about this kind of stuff. That was like full initiation process start that they gave me this list of things I need to start doing and a list of things that I have to stop doing. And I started step by step, not everything at once because I would just fucking lose my brain. Excuse me, my language. And also they started taking me on these soul journeys. I'm just sitting home and suddenly they're like, all right, grab that crystal and go and walk there. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way. And so that's what I've been doing, right? I called it like a spirit journeys, spirit walks. That's what they wanted. That's where they wanted me. Never made any sense. Never. I never found anything there. Like, it wasn't that like I got there and I was like, oh, I know why I'm here. This is the reason. No, it's very vague. They just kind of get the hint of what should you do, why you should go there, and then you just kind of do it. I feel like it was kind of also test to see if I'm gonna follow, because I answered those calls and I went when they told me to go, and I quit those habits I needed to quit and I started building new ones. I was led to be at the right place at the right time to receive a flyer for an event which was happening in my area. And it was a concert of an artist which I absolutely adore and which was with me for the past year from that point, which truly helped me to get through all those difficult moments. And so I took it like a very clear sign that, okay, I really have to go to this show. I wouldn't receive the invite if I was not meant to be there. And that, my friends, that shifted everything. Me going to that one event opened the door to another one and another one and another one. And through this one music event, which was much deeper than just the music, because let's frankly be honest here, the music I listen to is not just your music, it's transmissions, it's healing energies, healing frequencies, and light code activations, all of this and beyond. So thanks to that event, I met with this community. I felt a call to join them immediately. Their name is Spirit Breathwork, and they are pretty well known in Australia, I would say. If you don't know them, maybe you feel like checking them out. They do events all around Australia. It's that, it's healing through breath, through music, through dance, expression, cacao, all of that, which I love. Now that really started a process of full initiation. On every breathwork event, I got another hint of a message, like another little scroll which I could look at. The first breathwork was taking me back into my roots, showing me the past, very, very old past, showing me the initiations I've been on before. The next one gave me a little hint. The next one gave me another hint, right? Until I got a hint that the work I'm doing right now, I'm hiding there. And I was like, hang on. Like, I'm very, very open at that work, that I'm hiding there. And I'm also resisting my healing abilities. And I was like, that's not true. I have a healing room. I have a website. I have people coming into my space. I sell crystals in one of the biggest shopping centers. I'm very open, very out there. I just did not agree with them, right? But it took another few weeks and another breathwork session to get the full and the last message about this. And the message was, you are meant to go public, Lau. You are not meant to work with people just one-on-one. You are meant to do it on a big scale. And they were showing me speaking on cameras, sharing my content, speaking on stages, running big events. I was seeing it all while I was in that breathwork, and it was all connected through dance, through embodiment. And I was like, okay, now it really makes sense. But receiving such a big chunk of information, like, it shakes up your world, and you need to integrate it, right? At the same time, at the same event with this breathwork, I met someone whose soul frequency resonated very deeply with me. We connected on some level. Just recently I realized that just having his presence in my life, even though this connection didn't grow in like the 3D conventional way. Just having his presence in my life, in my frequency, truly helped me to remember that part of the work. After that event, I honestly spent about 2 weeks out of planet when I was just receiving constant downloads and informations and activations, and it was insane what was happening with me. There was a full shift of consciousness, and I was also being really guided to hold few different ceremonies, to do a few rituals, and very, very divinely guided on how and when and such. And I was also getting these little hints of going public, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. After about a month of this process, of this deep integration and undergoing those different ceremonies and rituals, another event came, which I would say was kind of a last one in this series of initiation. And after this event, which was a huge dance party around this big fire in the beautiful forest, there's a little side story. If you listen to the part 1 of this introduction video to me, when I spoke about going to Norway and then traveling and expanding, I had this little unicorn toy with me for all these travels until I came to Australia. I literally just lost this unicorn in the last year, I would say. I don't know where it disappeared. It must have just disappeared during one of the mold outbreaks I had. But nevertheless, I had a unicorn which was traveling with me, and I always felt that it was the unicorn energy which was present in my life. During these events, there is usually some kind of theme. And on this last big event, there was a theme of color. And me, completely unplanned, completely not preparing this way at all, as I was getting ready for this event, I just literally became a little unicorn. I got this unicorn horn thingy, and I was just dressed up in all these colors, and it just all came together. I wasn't thinking about it, until the moment I realized that it was 9 years since I had for this journey of traveling, of leaving everything I knew behind and just fully going for it. And I became this unicorn, which I always had with me. I even used to have a blog called Live as Unicorn because it was a big part of my life. Now come back to the story. So after this big event of big dance party in a forest, when we were doing the final breath work and I put my hand on the ground, I heard the spirit say, "And now your initiation is over and it's time to fully step into your mission." And I was like, wow, okay. I let it land for a little. I heard it clear. I had the feeling of accomplishment. I knew that the one part of the journey has ended and it's time to step into the new one. As I was driving home that night, I started to feel really dizzy and sick. I knew I'm gonna be sick. And I was freaking out a little about that. But then all I was hearing from Spirit was that it's okay. Your frequency just shifted really in a really big way. And so it's just your body adjusting to this. You will be sick tonight, you'll be throwing up, but don't worry about it. And yeah, that's what happened, right? The whole night I was kind of throwing up. I was not feeling right, but I was laughing about it because I knew it's nothing serious. I knew it's just my body adjusting to this completely new frequency. Next morning, I went to the beach and I heard it clearly. "You're going live on Instagram, babe." And I was like, ah, what? But I did it. I went live on Instagram that morning, and that was exactly the point from which I started posting continuously, and I haven't stopped since. Eventually, I knew I meant to create the YouTube channel as well and speak more on here. It's evolving every day. I don't know where it is all gonna take me, but I know that I am all about expanding of consciousness, about remembering the purpose, and about embodiment through dance. I'm leaving a big part of the story out, as you can imagine. I cannot just share with you all these little messages and all these little hints that took me where I am right now. But this is kind of the gist of it. I always listen to the spirit. I always listen to their guidance and what is the next step. That's also the reason why I'm going to a breathwork facilitator course in Bali in mid-June this year, and I'm very excited for it. But I know that this is going to be another initiation into my full mission purpose. And so, just as me, this channel is also evolving. And I always hear where you start is not where you end. So, let's see where this goes. Since my initiation ended and I fully stepped into my mission, my life transformed. My frequency shifted so much that I had to move. I had to shift my work a little. I had to expand in a completely new way. And I started to go public frequently. It became my second nature. It does not bother me. It does not freak me out as it used to in the past. And when I was reflecting on what to post about in this coming weeks, I truly felt to share this story, to share the story of who I am and why I am here on the YouTube sharing my ideas with you. As I said, I always listen, and so here I am. And also, I want to encourage you. Are you feeling some kind of calling? Are you feeling some kind of initiation asking you to start it? Well, you go ahead and do it, because you never know where it will lead you. And remember, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Thank you so much for watching this video. I thank you so much for your likes and subscribes. It means a lot for all your comments. I'm looking forward to talk to you next. I have no idea what will that be about. But we will figure out as we get there. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.
It's a good story, isn't it? It was actually really interesting to come back to this video after such a long time and after everything that arisen since then. I recorded this video in my old place, and it was still before my landlords came back from their trip to Europe. And when they came back, that's when everything started going down. It was pretty insane. And to be honest, I think I'm gonna actually talk next week about a last bit of information that came to me recently. Nothing is random, right? And we always come across just the right information and the right people at the right time. Neither this was random. Bringing my ankle and so resulting into uploading the video that I recorded a long time ago just really reminded me of this story, and not just the story, but of this time that I went through. And I forgot a lot of parts of this story by now, because it's been like almost a year. Like I'm talking about situations that happened more than a year ago, and I think I really needed to be reminded of it for a good reason. And so thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for spending time with me. Thank you for your comments, subscribes, likes, all of that jazz. It does really brighten my day every time a new notification pops up. I will be back with another video next week. Thank you so much. And remember, your life is in your hands.